Andrew, welcome.
Hello. It is nice to
Hello.
talk to you all today.
You too.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Should I go get my Canadian sweater on, my Canada sweater?
Yeah, Canadians represent here, right? I got to start with, before we get to talk about the singing, let's talk about the dancing. I didn't really expect so much dancing in the show. What has this been like to film?
Fun. I mean, honestly, so much fun. And hard work, right? We would do our table reads and we would go to rehearsals and we would learn our steps, and it's all new in your brain. That very first day, by the end of that first day, you're showing your director and you're showing the producers what it looks like in the space. So it was a lot of pressure, but it was also so much fun. And Cindy Novak, who was our choreographer, along with Dylan Smith, they were just amazing. We really enjoyed that element of like physicalizing comedy in a way with dance that can't quite get there without it, right? Like when you add choreography, and you physicalize things, you have an opportunity to take the comedy to a place that is far. I can't even speak, but it kind of pops than you can without it.
Yeah. And I would say in terms of the, like Laura Bell and I, we did a chemistry read over Zoom originally. That's the first time we met. And there was immediate chemistry over Zoom. We both walked away from that experience being like, oh, it's so funny that over Zoom you can really feel another person, right? And so we met on set and we just clicked as people and we clicked artistically. And so one of our great joys is going, we have an hour for lunch. We go and eat our lunch in 10 minutes. And then for 50 minutes, we practice and we kind of build the joke as much as we can. And we just really enjoy the process of getting in there and kind of adding our little special sauce to it.
And learning how to do these things, which I'd be like in my head, like trying to learn the monkey dance for like days. And it's Cindy is brilliant and her choreography is brilliant. So you just want to like make her happy. But I think that the dancing is a fun element to our show that most shows don't have. And I know that our creator, our showrunner, Chris Nowak, he wanted to add a physical thing because he has done Henry Danger and Danger Force.
Right.
Have an action fight element, but that young people like to see movement. Mm-hmm. And so he wanted to make them ballroom dancers. And he was inspired by watching the movie Strictly Ballroom one night. And he was like, they're ballroom dancers. And that's how that came into being.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing. And I mean, speaking of the third episode, Garrett, I love the whole story here and how your character plays into it. Can you talk a bit about what he represents, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it was so much fun just getting. Originally, it was just a guest star, and then it grew, and they kept bringing me back to mess around with these wonderful people and get to create more fun and joy. And Dustan Lumberlake is inspired by Chip Skylark from the original series, so I get to be the resident pop star, which is the coolest job ever. Getting to, I think that's the thing that like Laura was saying, it's really special that we get to be a part of a very musically inclined TV show where you really get to pull all the tools out of your toolbox and like show people that, like all these different things that we can do, whether there's original songs or original choreo and getting to, play on set and really get to be collaborative with your jokes or your dialogue or try this, try that. Like it was such a free playground for any kind of actor, comedian, person who just wants to explore it. I felt like that's something that we all got to really indulge in. And so for me, it was just really fun to be so sarcastic on a kid's show.
Yeah. I think everyone who came in was given free rein to use any and all of their special skills.
Yeah.
And to push the envelope however they saw fit.
Well, it is amazing that it's ballroom dancing. I mean, out of all the things that he could have chosen, I mean, it is awesome that it's ballroom to me because it's just so... It feels very cavalier to be throwing ballroom dancing into a kid's show.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I love the Council of Pop Superstars. I think that the greatest thing, and the team there, the people playing these parts that are so recognizable to adults, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. What was it like playing against those characters?
It was so much fun. I mean, just getting to make this like grand entrance and like I'm in, like the busting in as the leader of these superstars, and then everyone has their like special entrance, and there's helicopter noises and motorcycles and chimneys, and it's just so clever and so fun, and it feels like we really invested in the cartoon of it all, really wanting to pay respects to the fact that we our show was birthed from a cartoon, and what was that, 17 seasons, and that's a crazy amount of material to be drawing from. So I know everyone worked really hard to honor that. And it feels like I just felt very lucky to get to invest in being a part of a group on the show that's so special. And we keep getting thrown back into this world. And it really does make it feel like just a party.
Well, Ryan James, I'll start with you on the next question. It was something I talked to some of the others about, the fact that you're coming off of an animated series, turning it into a real life kind of thing. And the energy still feels, though, like you're coming off an animated series, which is remarkable. So how do you channel that, especially between dancing and acting and everything else?
Yeah, I mean, the original series it's so iconic, right? Like such a huge fan base, and so there is a lot of want to honor that, and to honor the fact that was so successful and appealed to adults and kids, and really created this incredible universe. And so to add these new characters to that universe, I think you need a really special leadership to start, and then you need a really special cast, and truly, this is an incredible show from top to bottom, and everyone is very committed to it being a environment of freedom, right? So you can do all you want, do everything you want, and it's a collaboration, like a full collaboration. So I think that is really the spirit of the original show, right? It's wild and crazy stuff happens, and we weren't limited, I don't think, in any way by it being a live action mix with the animation, right? Our showrunners created an environment where I was like, okay, so, this has got to happen. Here's the way to do it. And they just made it happen in very creative, engaging, fun ways.
Yeah, I think they were also taking a bit of a piss when they wrote our characters.
Yeah.
And they're putting in all the things they think are funny, and that they want to see that we're doing, which lends itself to a heightened performance. And then when you put two characters who are completely unaware of wish fulfillment, and you have their whole world change because these wishes are coming true, and they're already sort of zany, you really do take it back to an animated place.
Yeah. And even our hairstylists and makeup people, they were like, so you're kind of a cartoon, like, so let's make your hair ridiculous, yeah.
They felt like everybody was really encouraging. They were like, well, we came from a cartoon, so we must be a cartoon. And we were like, okay, let's do it. And so we all just, they let us run wild. They let us be big. They let us try things. And then they were also adding to it. Oh, you said it that way. Now try saying it this way. And also add this word if you want it. You don't have to. But if you want to try it, just try it. It's fun. And we were like, okay. But like, it just felt like you were at theater camp again. And everybody was encouraging you to yes and every single thing that happened.
Yeah.
It is very much the kid energy for adults is fantastic, because it's, not always the adults getting a chance to do this kind of thing in a show like this. So,
well, and it's also, I think, going to be a unique show in that, like, I really truly believe we're going to appeal to a lot of kids and a lot of adults too. Like Laura Bell and I, Garrett, like, we all had a lot of fun adding things in for the adults too, as a lot of these shows do, right? So can't wait.
And as Nickelodeon is kind of famous for, something that kids can watch, and parents also get some jokes in there that are aimed for, for everyone, to something for the kids to laugh with and something for the adults to laugh with. So everyone has fun watching it.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate the time.
Andrew, thanks so much, man.
Thank you.